Okay. Hi everybody, Baruch Hashem, here we are. This week's Parashah is going to be Parashat Hukat. If you notice that last week's Parashah, this week's Parashah, and next week's Parashah are going to talk about three themes that are the same thing. Peh, peh, and peh. Translated, mouth. Mouth and mouth. What did we see last week? We saw the mouth of the Aretz. The earth opened its mouth and swallowed alive Korach Vadoto into hell. And they're still there today until Mashiach comes because of the machloked and the strife that they went against Gadol Adon Moshe Rabbeinu. That's number one that we talked about last week. This week we have the mouth of the bear Miriam. The bear, the well that used to give the water, the Shiur that the Bnei Israel sang to Hashem, thanking Hashem for the stone that opened up its mouth and gave them water for 40 years. And next week's Parashah we're going to have the Piaton, the talking donkey of Bilam, who came out and Hashem miraculously opened its mouth to give hochacha and rebuke the evil Rasha Bilam who wanted to come and curse, to use his mouth to curse, and Hashem shut his mouth and turned every curse to blessing. That's next week's Parashah. But we see this theme of peh, 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 mouth, mouth, mouth. Hashem is trying to tell us something over here. In fact, he said it through Shlomo HaMelech in Mishlei. Kol amalo shel adam lefivu. Everything you do, every success or failure that a person is going to have in life depends what he brings inside his mouth and what he brings outside his mouth. The food that he eats, if it's kosher, it's going to give him the energy to learn Torah and do good things. It's going to be healthy for him, both spiritually and physically. The food that he eats that is not kosher is going to be mitamtim to live, our sages say. Meaning it's going to block his heart and it's going to be harder for him to do teshuvah. You see a lot of people today, good Jewish people, that when you speak to him and you want to rebuke them and you talk to him with respect, the guy just is not listening. It goes in one ear, comes out the next. Why? Tumtum alev! Because of all the non-kosher food that's going in his blood is blocking the heart. Even if he wants to listen, he can't. It's hard. So first of all, that's what we have in Tehillim. Sur mirav aseh tov. Remove yourself from doing bad. Stop eating the non-kosher food and stop putting in kosher food. It's phenomenal. Well, rabbis have seminars, Shabbat seminars for people who are totally off the derech, and they're not eating kosher, they're not keeping Shabbat, and somehow the rabbi convinces them to come. A friend went to the seminar and they tell him to go also over there. Nice hotel with the rabbis coming and speaking, 3-day seminar, and all of a sudden in the beginning they don't want to listen. In the middle they open one ear, and by the end of the Shabbat they're dancing with tzitzit and they want to keep Shabbat and kashrut. What happened? 3 days kosher food is going into their blood. The timtum of the lev is gone. At least for some time. The opportunity has come, and if they grab it and they listen to it, then they start their life anew. That's one thing. The things that food that's coming into the body, but more importantly, what's coming out of the body. We all know that what separates us from the animal kingdom, it's our power of speech, to communicate, to use our words. This is the Neshama and the physical coming together. When we use our power of speech, we're bringing out the Neshama, the soul, and activating it through the material means by learning Torah, doing mitzvot, what have you, and getting the reward in this world and the world to come. But unfortunately, if you use it for the wrong things, we see what happened to Korach HaRadato. Let's look at it a little more closer. Korach, last week we talked about the kina, the jealousy that he had, that took him straight to hell. But also, in order to bring that jealousy into being, he created machloket, strife, going head to head with the Gadol Ador. Why does Hashem hate machloket so much? Machloket is the root of all the problems, all the sinat chinam, all the brotherly hatred that we see today, because of machloket, because of not getting along, not understanding the side of the Torah. And we said, if you're eating the right foods, you're opening your ears. You could at least come in here, but if you're not, then there's no one to talk to. There's no one to talk to. But if you start coming and preparing your food that is kosher, and you put it in your mouth, and your eyes were open, your ears were open, your heart will be open to hear, and then you use your speech also for good things, saying Torah, learning Torah, saying good things, complimenting, instead of causing machloket. But Korach, unfortunately, because jealousy had taken him to the left side, he went all the way. We know the word machloket, if you split it up, beside the vav, is the otiyot of met on the outside and cholek inside. Meaning whoever comes and opposes something else, not for the sake of Hashem, for the sake of Shamayim, for Hashem's sake, in order to get to the emet and truth, there'll be nothing left with being met. Dead! Dead men walking! And not only that, machloket kills the person and also the family. Where did we learn this from? This last week's Parashah. It says over here that Korach, he got 250 men together and Datan Abiram. And they all came. They went against Moshe Rabbeinu. Okay? Moshe Rabbeinu, being the humble person he is, although everything is on his side, he still gets up. He still goes to the tents of Korach and Datan and Abiram to talk to them one more time, to do teshuvah, before the earth opens his mouth and swallows them. But what do we see? It says in the Pasuk, Datan and Abiram and their wives and their children and their sucklings, they're standing in front of the tent, holding on to the machloket, to the end, to the bitter end. Come on! You see Gadol Adol come to your house. Rabbi Ovadia Yosef comes knocking on your door. Rabbi Chaim Kanievsky. Moshe Rabbeinu is coming to your tent to say, come on, be chozer b'tshuva, and you're still stubborn and standing there. Not only you, with your wife, with your kids. And Hashem opened the earth and they all went down to hell. The men I can understand. Freedom of choice. Woman I can understand. Little sucklings going down inside the earth. What happened here? Till the age of 13, they're not punished by Beit Din Shelmata. A Jewish court does not punish until the age of 13. Heavenly court does not punish a person until he's 20. What happened over here? Machloket is different. It's so bad, even tucks the sucklings into the ground. Why? Why should that be? Obviously, Hashem does everything. B'sitkut. El emunah ve'navel. We never ask questions of Hashem, but let's understand why a little bit. Because it says in the Gemara, whenever you see a kid messing around, having bad characters, check his parents at home. Are they talking about machloket all day? They're talking about these rabbis that they're ruining their lives. They're talking about everything against the Torah. The woman is talking about the guy, the rabbi, against his Torah, and she's breastfeeding the kid, the milk, the poison that's going to the mouth of that child. It's going into the genes. That's why, like a Ben Soro Morer, Hashem sees already what's going to be with him in the future. And basically the parents have teared their kids up by teaching the wrong education. To be going against the rabbis, against the Torah. Teach them while your kids, like they do today. They go to schools, elementary schools, teaching kids, you don't have to be what you are. You're confused. You don't even have to have permission for your parents. You could change your gender. Go against nature. Teach them while they're young. That's the Korach of today. But obviously, Baruch Hashem, the Jewish people, we're smarter than that. We're not going to listen to that. I have friends calling me from LA. Zachariah, please, do you have somebody to talk to get us into religious Jewish school? But I asked them, that's very good. I'm very proud that you're making that choice, but you're not keeping Shabbat or anything. Why? What made you change? It's like the public schools today. Even we understand what they want to do to our children. They want to drag them to hell on earth. Transgender, change their sexes. What's straight is not taboo. What's taboo is straight today. Baruch Hashem, at least they have the right mind. The minds are not messed up. But I also have other friends that say, oh, come on, it's okay. Maybe we should understand. No, we should understand. There's one Torah, and the Torah tells us what to live. Even the non-Jewish people understand it. Even they're upset. The school education system, they're ruining the kids. It's Adam and Eve, not Adam and Steve. But who believes? I want to go after my desires. Yeah, but then you're not going to affect our kids. You're not going to affect us either. Because the people who have the right set of mind, they don't listen to garbage, and they have some sense in their heads that at least they want to put their kids in Jewish religious schools, because they know that even though they cannot control their desires, they don't want their kids to go in that direction. But B'ezrat Hashem, with a lot of tefillah and prayer, they could also get back on track. Because Hashem sees the heart and what they want. And the way the person wants to go, that's Hashem will help them to go in that direction. To finish off today, we want to talk about the punishment that came along with this. We talked about Korach last week's Parashah, but this week's Parashah, Machloket, strife. The Korach being the poster child of strife. Contagious! Affected the people around. Even the day after Korach and all his people went down to hell, people came up and said, you killed the people of Hashem. Machloket didn't die. It says Bnei Korach did not die. In a Drush level, it means that Machloket has not died. People get affected if they don't separate themselves. Even if they see that Rasha gets what he wants, gets what his terrible ending, they still come and attack the rabbi, attack the Torah. Because it takes time in order to get that garbage out of your system. So be careful. Don't fall into the trap of Korach v'adato. And the last thing over here, this week's Parashah, when you see when they complained again about the man, the 40 years Hashem is giving them lechem from Shamayim, the man that is coming out of the heavens, every taste that they want. What they say, again, it's on their level. We can't judge them, but the pasuk says it. We have to see if we have this inside of us. We're sick of this food already, because we have to think of what we want. And a person who wants to do sins, he doesn't want to think. The Yitzhak just wants you to just go and do it. Nike commercial, just do it. Put in the loud music and pump it up and don't listen. The Yitzhak screams when you listen to a shiur. When a rabbi is saying, because now you go and think. The last thing he wants you to do is think. He wants you not to think. He wants you to complain and run after your desires. And the punishment that comes with that, Hashem sends them the burning nechashim, the venom of the burning snake that burns them to death. Sends them nechashim, snakes. Why snakes? Why not lions? Because a snake is the poster child for a punishment for anybody who says lashon hara and complains. Complains and is kafui tova. Ingrate! Hashem chopped off the hands and the legs of the nachash. Split the tongue of the nachash. Because it's lashon hara. In Moshiach's time, all the animals are going to come to the nachash, to the snake, and say, why do you bite people? You have no pleasure. Everything takes to you like the dirt of the earth. Why do you bite people? He says, because I am the answer to all those people who say lashon hara and they go after strife. They get no pleasure. See what happened to me, the snake says. This is what's going to happen to them. B'ezrat Hashem is smarter than this. We have to take the lessons in our heart, not to go after Korach, not to go after struggle. Run away from strife like you run away from fire. And if you do that, you're going to kill the nachash. You're going to kill the snake within yourself. And we know that the nachash has a numerical value of Moshiach. If you kill the snake, you prepared your way for the Moshiach to come. We have the general way that Moshiach is going to come and is going to be redeeming the world. He's going to be God's messengers. But we also have the personal Moshiach within our hearts. that you and I are more responsible for. Let's kill the Nachash inside of us. Kill that snake! And make the Moshiach come! Free yourself! And B'ezrat Hashem, the final Geula will come with Chesed and Rachamim from Hashem. And we'll all be free, and we'll all be under the banner of Torah. Nobody will say Lashon Hara anymore about the Chachamim, about the Talmidei Chachamim, and about the Torah. They'll see what happened to the snake. They'll see what happens to people who say and go against the Torah and go against the Talmidei Chachamim. They go down, down deep. But those who respect the Torah and respect the Talmidei Chachamim, they'll be standing with their heads up high to greet the Mashiach. Shabbat Shalom Varach.